Did baseball feel like a game of heroes growing up? It's got big plays, clean-cut stars, and classic American charm, right? But turns out there's a darker side involving scandals, cheats, and drama hiding behind the home runs. Today we're stepping up to the plate to reveal the 10 biggest villains in baseball history, and some of these might shock you. Number 10, Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds was one of the most gifted hitters to step into the batter's box. He surpassed Hank Aaron's career home run record with 762 career homers. But for Bonds, he will forever be remembered for steroid allegations. His head size literally increased, his stats increased, and so did questions. Though he never failed an MLB drug test, the Balco scandal and mounting evidence tied him to performance-enhancing drugs. Bonds was indicted for perjury and obstruction of justice in 2007. Although he avoided jail, his Hall of Fame case remains a subject of controversy. Some say his stats speak for themselves. Others say cheating voids greatness. Either way, Bonds turned from hero to villain faster than a 95-mile-per-hour fastball. Number 9, Jose Canseco. If Barry Bonds was the face of the steroid era, Jose Canseco was its loudest voice and proud of it. In 2005, he dropped Juiced, a bombshell tell-all that named names and blew the lid off baseball's dirtiest secret. Steroid use was everywhere. Canseco didn't just confess to juicing himself, he claimed he introduced others to it too. However, the book shook MLB to its core. Some called him a hero for speaking out, others saw a washed-up slugger desperate for attention. But love him or hate him, Canseco forced the league to face the truth it had been dodging for years. These days, he's more of an internet oddity than a baseball icon, tweeting wild takes and popping up in celebrity boxing rings. He's a whistleblower, a villain, or just a man who refused to go quietly. What do you think? Number 8, Pete Rose. Pete Rose has more hits than anyone in Major League Baseball history. That record still stands, but you won't see his plaque in Cooperstown because of what he did off the field. Rose was caught betting on baseball, including games involving the team he managed. For years, he denied it. Then, in a sudden shift, he admitted it was true. The result was swift and final, a lifetime ban from the game he once dominated. Since then, the debate hasn't stopped. Some call the punishment excessive, others say it was necessary to protect the integrity of the sport. Because if a manager is gambling on games, where does the trust go? Rose didn't just break a rule, he challenged the foundation on which baseball is built. He remains a legend in numbers, but a ghost in legacy. So what matters more, achievement or ethics? Number 7, Ty Cobb. Ty Cobb was not just a great player, he was obsessed with the game of baseball. On the field, he played with a determination that made his hitting relentless. He ended with a .366 average, and that number still stands as the best in baseball history. All of this determination made Cobb one of the most feared and disliked players in the game. Cobb was rough, he was brutal, he would sharpen his spikes to injure other opponents when he slid into them purposely. He willingly punched people, teammates, hecklers in the stands, and hotel staff. Off the field, his hard sentiments were evident from the accusations of racism and violence that followed him throughout his life and have continued to define his legacy. Over the years, some historians have tried to soften the image, saying the media painted him worse than he was. Others argue the ugly parts were very real. Either way, Cobb's name still sparks debate. He was a genius with a bat, no question, but does greatness excuse everything else? And should it? Number 6, Roger Clemens. And then there's Roger Clemens. Talk about a dude who sparks arguments faster than he threw fastballs. The guy was a nightmare for hitters, racking up more than 4,600 strikeouts and snagging a ridiculous 7 Cy Youngs. However, as was the case with many stars of his era, there is a cloud of his accomplishments. In 2007, his former trainer, Brian McName, accused him of using performance-enhancing drugs. Clemens denied everything on camera, in interviews, even under oath. That denial led to a high-profile perjury trial. He was acquitted in 2012, but by then, the damage was done. Despite his unmatched numbers, Clemens has never been voted into the Hall of Fame. His name became shorthand for an era defined by power, records, and controversy. Was he unfairly targeted or just another icon who refused to come clean? Whatever the answer, his legacy remains one of baseball's most complicated. Number 5, Alex Rodriguez. Alex Rodriguez was a baseball star from the very beginning, but in 2013 everything changed. He was suspended for 211 games because of his connection to the Biogenesis Scandal, one of the most significant doping cases in MLB history. At first, he denied everything, sued Major League Baseball, and claimed they were out to get him. Ultimately, he took the punishment and sat out the whole 2014 season. When he came back in 2015, he attempted to rebuild his image. He became a well-liked TV analyst and cleaned up his public persona. For many fans, however, cheating is cheating. Number 4, Sammy Sosa. In the late 1990s, Sammy Sosa was a superhero. He, along with Mark McGwire, helped rescue baseball from the 1994 strike and related fan apathy. Their home run chase was lightning. Sosa's smile, personality, and power captivated people's attention, but lurking behind the excitement was an equally captivating and darker narrative. In 2003, he was caught using a corked bat, which he claimed was only meant for batting practice. The explanation didn't convince everyone. Then came years of steroid rumors. He never tested positive, never served a suspension, but the whispers never stopped. Since retiring, Sosa's dramatic physical transformation has only raised more questions. His skin tone has changed, his interviews are rare, and his relationship with the sport that made him famous seems distant. Was Sammy Sosa a victim of baseball's broken system, or was he hiding behind the glow of home run glory all along? Number 3, Curt Schilling. Curt Schilling was a World Series star during his career, creating unforgettable moments with daredevil performances on the mound. After he retired, it was not Schilling's pitch that was making headlines, it was his posts. Schilling became triple hated for sharing offensive and controversial political opinions online. However, ESPN cut ties with him, and his Hall of Fame hopes slipped away. Some say he's being held back for what he believed. Others argue it's about how he said it. Either way, his legacy shifted fast. From bloody socks to Twitter shocks, Schilling's story raised a tough question. Can a player's greatness be separated from the person they became? Number 2, Rob Manfred. Rob Manfred isn't a player, but he's easily one of the most criticized figures in baseball today. As commissioner, his decisions have sparked backlash from both fans and players. He faced major heat for how he handled the Houston Astros cheating scandal, giving out no player suspensions and calling the World Series trophy a piece of metal. During the COVID-19 pandemic, his leadership was called slow and profit-focused. Many believed he put money over the heart of the game. Others say he's just trying to modernize baseball. But with every move, one thing becomes clearer: Manfred's legacy may be more booed than cheered. Number 1, the Houston Astros. In 2017, Houston Astros did more than win the World Series. They rewrote the story of the baseball scandal. They gained an advantage through the use of cameras for stealing signs and banging on trash cans to identify which pitches were coming. It worked, and then when the truth was discovered, everything changed. Moreover, coaches and executives were punished, but the players walked away without suspensions. That only fueled the outrage. Fans across the country turned on them fast, booing them in every stadium. The title still counts in the record books, but for many, it's marked with an asterisk. So now that we've walked through the dark side of America's pastime, let's hear your take. Are these villains misunderstood or rightfully condemned? And can a legend ever outshine a scandal? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.